Well, today's February the 4th, and we're going to continue with Peg Perry's prognostications from Berkeley Springs. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, but everywhere I go now, people have been asking. They can't wait for the next day. So here's the next day, and I think this talk is going to be on.
This is going to be on America and on our government and on our president
Okay.
and how God protects them. Whether we want to talk about them or not, they're still held in the hands of God. So what I wanted to tell you today is something that a lot of people do not know. First of all, in the 1950s, out in Ohio, Our Lady appeared to a nun by the name of Sister Mildred Newsel.
Okay.
And she gave her messages about America. And she wanted a statue to be made. And it was to be taken into the shrine of the Immaculate Conception. And she promised when that statue is elevated and put there by all the, and honored with all the bishops, great graces will flow from there. Great graces and more miracles, even more than those at Lourdes over in France. These are promises. But to tie that in with America, when she appeared to Sister Mildred, she said, "I am Our Lady of America." Keep in mind, I am America, Our Lady of America. The reason I'm telling you this is because many years ago, when I was growing up, back in the 50s, I lived in Hagerstown, Maryland. And we used to drive up through Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, and we would go east on 16 to Emmitsburg. As a little girl, I remembered something, that after we passed Fort Ritchie, we're going east. After we passed Fort Ritchie, there was a road that goes north to Gettysburg. And after we passed that road going to Gettysburg, staying on 16, I remembered something. The land on the left-hand side of the road was a deep ravine. A deep ravine. On this side of the road was a mountain. I remembered that. Now, if you were to go up there at this particular time, you would see that's not there anymore. Why? Why was it now flat land? Because on the right-hand side of the road, in that mountain, there is a whole city. It's called the Underground Pentagon. And there is a channel. There's channels that go down, or what do you call
Elevators.
it go all the way, and would you believe they go all the way down to Camp David? So, what is this up here? See if I can do this. One day, years ago, Mr. Gallery came to see me. At that time, he had a property in Carroll Valley. And on his way back, he saw all these UN trucks up there. And he called his cousin. He said, "What's going on up there at Site R?" I said, "What is Site R, Mr. Gallery?" "That's the fire code for the area. The fire code of that area is called Site R, Ravens Rock. If you go on your computer and Google in Site R, Ravens Rock, Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, you will get all this information. There is a whole city in that mountain. It's called the Underground Pentagon." Now, the reason I'm saying that is many years ago, when there was an energy crunch, up on the mountain at the Lourdes Grotto, there's a huge statue of the Blessed Mother put there by Mr. Pangborn
In Emmitsburg.
in Emmitsburg. And he put that there. It's a huge statue that overlooks the valley. And so
It's
many,
at least 50 or 60 feet tall.
yeah, many years ago when there was an energy crunch, they wanted to turn the lights off of the statue to save energy. The government paid to keep the lights on because they use Our Lady's statue to guide the planes in. That mountain opens up and the helicopters go down, and there is a whole city in there. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I have a friend who lives in Wolfersburg, and over on his property there are light shafts coming down. But anyway, Mr. Starr, Bruce Starr, on the anniversary of that 9/11 attack, was given these words. Now, first of all, when those planes, when all this was happening, why it said it all. It said it once on the news that the plane that went down up in Shanksville, they felt that it was headed for Site R, Ravens Rock. I picked up on that, and then they never repeated it. And then one day I was in the kitchen, and then I realized Our Lady was saving her mountain, Mount St. Mary's, Mary's Mountain. She has everything under her feet, and it's there to protect the president and those. If anything happens, it will feed thousands of people, just the government and everything. But anyway, on the anniversary of the 9/11 attack, which was in 2001, 2002, Bruce Starr was given these words, and they were put in the congressional records. My niece, Alan, found this for me when I was sharing it. She was curious, so she went into the congressional records to find them. And these are the words that Bruce Starr was given, and that's what they were put in. It's called, I am America. Every sentence begins with capital I, capital A, capital M. I am a most magnificent land of dreams, of wonderful opportunity, of fabulous wealth. I am holding a vision for all, of happiness and radiant health. I am loving and caring for children of God everywhere, for our generous sharing is beyond compare. I am bringing hope and courage to many for a really fresh new start. I am the joy of peace. I'm a powerful light of. I am bringing hope and courage to many for a really fresh new start. I am the joy of freedom that beats from my heart. I am a powerful light of spirit, which gloriously illumines the earth. To peace in the valley, I am graciously giving birth. I am patiently awaiting everyone's communion, for our gentleness and strength abides in union. I am the truth and beauty that sets souls free. I am guarding and protecting your God-given right to be, for after all, I am America. This is our country.